From 18 years old to 20 years old, I smoked weed every single day, multiple times during the day. I was heavily identified with being a stoner. Like, I had this ridiculous sense of pride about it, thinking that, oh, I was somehow cool because I smoke weed. And when I was in college, I was that guy that would ask, everyone if they wanted to smoke a bowl. Yo, when we're on break, you want to smoke a bowl? We'll go to my car, we'll smoke a bowl, we'll come back. I think I was high for almost every single class. And I'm not gonna lie, there was times, probably the first few months, smoking weed. It was enjoyable. It was fun. It was like a new thing. It was exciting. But like anything, the more you do it, the more you abuse it, the the less you get from it. And also, you don't really see the negative effects until time has passed. And over time, I got to a point where I would literally like have to smoke before doing anything, before having breakfast, before driving, before going to work, before or during work, after work, before I eat, literally everything. And it started to become a compulsive need that was very detrimental to my life. So, in this video, I want to talk about why you should stay away from weed. Why, coming from someone that was a big stoner and smoked a ton, why I don't encourage you, if you're 25 years and younger, don't to just not smoke weed. Just don't do it, because I'm going to share with you all of the negative effects that it can have on your life, and the negative effects that I experienced and that I know a lot of other people experienced. So let's get to it. So the first of the negative effects is that it zaps out your ambition and your motivation. So, like I said earlier, I was going to college at the time when I was really into weed, and I would just go to class high and, just sit there and talk to people and, kind of do a little bit of the work, but it really affected my performance in school, and it affected my ability to concentrate and to, be attentive to what I was there to do, which was to take the class, pass the class. And when it came to do like schoolwork and any sort of cognitive work, weed was extremely caused problems. It made it way more difficult to do what I had to do. And when I would smoke, I would just feel lazy. I would feel like twice as heavy, and I just wouldn't want to do anything. And that is not a condition conducive for growth and pursuing advancement in life, progress in life. If you want to be the person that wants to do things, who wants to be a go-getter, who wants to be working on stuff, then you can't be in this state all the time. It's very, very counterintuitive. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to want to sit down, eat fucking food, and be lazy. That's what it did to me. That's what it does to a lot of people that I know or that I knew. And it's just not going to help you. So that's the first reason. Number two is that it's an expense. It ain't cheap. Like I used to spend like $100 a week on weed. I'd buy like 2/8 and smoke a lot, and I would buy like edibles and stuff, and I did this for like 2 years on a consistent basis. So if you think about it, if I would have invested that money, say, into like crypto or maybe some educational courses, I could have made that money work for me much more than just spending it on something that it really doesn't bring any long-term benefit to me. So yeah, that's another reason, is financially. It's just, it doesn't bring anything to you long term. Now, number three is that it makes you forgetful and slows you down mentally. Now, I've had so many experiences with weed where, I'd be high and I would forget where I put my keys. I would lose my keys all the time. I would literally like be frustrated because multiple times in the week I would lose my keys, or I would, for example, I would leave my house like driving and I would forget if I locked the door. And I would go back, check, and then it's locked. And this would happen frequently, and it would piss me off because it was just a nuisance to be forgetful. It's a very undesirable trait to have. It's not a trait that you want to have in the workplace, in school, in relationships. You don't want to be forgetful because it just leads to problems. And it's almost like it gives you a subtle experience of Alzheimer's. I know that's a little extreme, but it's almost like that. You become like less mentally sharp. You become forgetful. You become kind of dull. And I've seen this in many people. And looking back, it's like, why the hell would anyone want to feel more forgetful, more spaced out? Yeah, you get a little euphoria from weed, but I mean, if you think about the cost benefit ratio, you're not really getting much of a benefit, and you're getting a pretty expensive cost with your cognitive capacity. So, yeah, that's another big reason why you should stay away from weed. And number four is that it can cause mental health problems in some people. Now, something that a lot of people don't talk about is the sort of mental health issues that a lot of people that abuse weed experience eventually. A lot of people experience states of depersonalization, which is where you feel detached, you feel sort of alien to your own body, and you feel extremely uncomfortable within your own mind in a way. It's a very bizarre experience, and I experienced this after a couple years of smoking weed, where it was just no longer any sort of pleasurable benefits. It was just very, very negative, and it would put me in this extremely uncomfortable state of mind that would last for days. And I know a lot of friends that smoked weed that quit because they experienced the same thing, where suddenly weed was no longer pleasurable. It was causing high anxiety and very, very bizarre sort of mental states. And a perspective that I have on this is that the weed today is so much stronger than the weed maybe like 20 years ago. The weed, they're engineering this to be extremely high in THC. So it's almost like a psychedelic. It's basically a psychedelic. And they're making it as strong as it possibly can. And you got to think like this is, and there's probably putting other things in there too. And it's really a very powerful like a hallucinogen almost. And if you continuously abuse something that strong, it's going to eventually cause problems in some people. And if you're a young person, if you're under 25, your brain is still developing, your brain is still maturing. Your brain doesn't fully mature until you're 25 years old, 25 to late 20s. So if you're abusing substances like weed, it could be very detrimental to your healthy development of your brain. So for that reason, I encourage you, if you're 25 and younger, to just look for other ways to feel good. Natural ways, exercise, meditation, take up a hobby that you like to do, a sport, dance, something to fill positive endorphins, positive feelings, that you don't have to rely on a substance to feel relaxed. You can do that naturally through your own sort of actions, thoughts, behaviors, activities, and you will be much better off. You'll say, like all the things I pointed, you'll save money, you'll be more mentally sharp, you'll have healthier mental health, you know, and you'll be more on and, motivated and ambitious. So, in conclusion, I hope that this video helped to encourage you to reconsider your perspective on weed if you're currently smoking weed on a daily basis, to sort of zoom out and to really ask yourself, is this substance really helping me? Like, what is it really helping me with? And what are the costs of what I'm using this for? And to just reconsider your relationship with weed. Because, I'm not like super against weed. If you're 25 and older and you use it responsibly, maybe once or twice a week, then that's cool. But for most people, it's a compulsive urge that is not beneficial. And for those people, you need to reflect and to really consider, whether this is helping you or not, and then possibly make a change after that reflection. So that is the video today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. More videos coming soon. Stay tuned. Have a fantastic day. Bye.